Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you guys are enjoying your spring or early fall, depending where you are on the planet. So anyway, this is Trump's weekly reading, and this one will be the lead up before the solar eclipse on the 8th. So we're going from April 1st to the 7th. So anyway, let me just bring you over my table. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm starting out with Libby's deck, the Meister Tarot Oracle. It's available on Etsy. I might use a kipper afterwards. Let's see what comes through here. So, of course, this is just, again, for me to put the date into the cards. This would be April 1st through the 7th. I have done the full moon lunar eclipse that we just had in his chart, and the solar eclipse that's coming up on the 8th through his chart. I've done those readings, and I'll do my best to remember to link them below, but if I forget, yell at me. Throw it in the comments, I'll see it, and then I'll get it in there. Okay, this week, April 1st through 7th. Donald Von Schützenpants. What is coming in for you this week? Oh, I mean, it's pretty low when they're threatening judges, and he has yet another. I think this might be his 4th gag order, but he's not only going after Judge Juan Merchan because he's a mob boss, born into a mobbed up family, and he's continuing on. He's not going to change. So if anybody calls my readings biased, well, I suggest you use your critical thinking skills and look at his past. Do some research. So not only is he threatening Juan Merchan, he's threatening his daughter. I think she's in her 30s, and he's saying, there's stuff that she said about him on Twitter when that's not even true, turns out. Okay. What's coming in for you this week? All right there. Something huge, man. I can't even talk like him. Who would want to? Well, a stand-up comedian, but that's not me. Something huge. There's a target coming in via some networks of bad weather or dark energy. Things are intertwined. Ooh, some secrets might come out via the internet, of course. Social media. Gossip over secrets is what I'm focused more in on. Over social media, secrets are going to come out. Interesting. Okay, his making a leap or his faith. Let me just get the cards laid out, and then that way you guys can look at them too, because I just love this deck. It's so easy to tap into the symbols, which every human being is geared towards. Where our language is full of glyphs, astrology is full of glyphs, art, everything. We're all into symbols. Okay, so this would be the week. We could go, 7 days, 3 cards a day. We could also do a lot of other things that I'm going to do right now. Chopstick. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to go for this from the center first, because that's how I roll. There's a big target coming in via. I'm going to just call this social networks. I remember once reading with Danny Shea, and he said, that looks like a dog to me sniffing its butt. So love you, Danny. So anyway, let's look at it that way, as people are looking, somebody's looking back. Someone who was, because it looks like a doggy, my brain automatically goes to the Lenormand. doggy card, which is loyalty, protection and loyalty. But it's connected to dark energy, and they're looking back going, uh-oh, we're caught. We're intertwined, and we're wanting to get the heck out of there because the sun's shining the light on the past. Woo! Okay, interesting. So, over social media of all types, well, this is him on one level trying to put a bullseye in a big way on somebody, and with his just talking shit all the time, because that's all he ever does. Opens his mouth and he lies. If he's still breathing, he's lying. But on the larger scale here, well, actually, let me just keep going this way. Large, I was seeing the small insignificant. It's interesting that we have both. Large targets via people from the past and who he had networked with, who he's been intertwined with, and these are dark money players and just dark people that are full of hate, people who are racist, people who are sexist, misogynistic, greedy, all of that. There's going to be lots of talk about that over social media, and he's going to want to get the heck out of Dodge. Okay. Because the sun is just shining the light on it constantly, on the past. It's like this week's reading is more about the past catching up with him overall, in summary, I would say. So I will use the Kipper as soon as I get done with this. But anyway, let's go with the first few cards opening up the reading. There's something small about his family. No, I think, well, it could be both, but I think this is him because he is so small inside. This is about the size of the spiritual essence that he has that actually gets through his soul and comes, out of his body. It's smaller than that, I'd say. Because he's just full of this crusty, dark energy on top of his soul substance. So the spiritual essence doesn't come through. And I know there's a lot of you guys going out there, he doesn't have any spiritual essence. Well, everyone does. So anyway, but I don't need to argue about that. This, I think, is the judge's family where he is attacking and putting a bullseye via all of these social networks that are that he's connected with all over, dark players. Goodness. I don't know the names of those networks, those social media networks, but notice how right here these cards are knighting together. This is the focus card of these two positions knighting together, right? 1 over 2 up. So all across social media networks, there's a bullseye out there. And this is him with his dangerous masculine energy. And he just keeps putting the noise out, the fear, trying to stoke some fear so that people put the bullseye out there. I mean, look at this. Communication, social media, noise, putting a target on someone with his dark masculine energy. Damn. This is really amazing. But this is also what because remember, I was asking primarily, what will he experience? So now let's look at it from that angle, for the past and the center here. Starting with the center is he's putting a huge target on his back via his social media presence full of dark energy, and all the players are coming out. Remember, he wanted to clean the swamp. Well, he's doing it for his own people, right? So they come out, they do what he says, they get thrown in jail, and it's just more about that. And I think him trying to get away. It's not going to get him anywhere in a place he wants to be. And I think he is experiencing how small and insignificant his family really is. And I think that this has to do with other men who are out there. You remember that group called Republicans Against Trump? And then there's also, what's his name? Steve Schmidt, and that other guy, Rick Wilson. I can't even remember the name of their group. I wish I had more time. I've been slammed with personal reading, so I haven't had a lot of time to watch anything on YouTube and see what's going on. But I know that they were working really hard against Trump. So this is what's going on. So he is actually afraid that he is small and insignificant, and he's right, he is. But apparently, he's been elected so that we could see what's wrong with our Constitution, where the holes are, and what the Presidential Powers Act that needs to definitely be passed. So there's a lot of noise in his head all the time. He's under a cloud of dark energy. He's not sleeping well. And he is afraid of the gossip about him. And he's worried that secrets will come out. And I think he's worried about the secrets that already have been coming out. And that's what's got him in a huge way. Okay. So into the future, towards the end of the week, it looks to me like there's an illumination, or the sun is shining. There's a spotlight on his narcissism. I mean, let me go with the four corners first, because I forgot about this past card over here. The sun's going to be shining on one level. The sun's going to be shining on his past. And remember, going into these eclipses, an eclipse season, the last time it was in his chart at that same degree of, it was 5 degrees Libra for the lunar and 19 degrees Aries for the solar. And you look at that every year you look at that every 18 years. So basically with eclipses, they come back to the same point about every 18 to 18 and a half years. They come back to the exact same place in your natal chart. So in his natal chart, it went back to 2005. Well, it goes back to 2005 for all of us. But it hit his placements that had to do with, remember the grab them by the you-know-what tape or audio recording. Remember that with Access Hollywood and Billy Bush, other stupid little insignificant man. He thought it was so funny. Yeah, right. So that's what's coming out in the past, all over the country, and it brings sadness to him, and it lessens his security, it lessens his joy, it lessens his success. So that's what the four corners is about right here. We start at the left-hand corner and go around. It's the noise that makes him look insignificant and like a very small man and a very small family man, because that's what he is. I mean, he married Melania in January of 2005, and then he said the thing with Access Hollywood in that like bus kind of a van thing in September of 2005. Right? I mean, how disrespectful is that? If they really had a marriage that wasn't more than just transactional, I don't know. But suffice to say that this week is all about the noise of the past, and he's under that dark energy cloud, and he's moving towards, this is always my answer card for the whole spread, when I do these cartomancy spreads. Basically, he is down about the past, and he's in like breakdown, destruction mode, self-sabotage. The country is down on him. So I'll keep my hands away for a moment, and I'm going to start shuffling the the kipper, but I'm leaving my hands away in case you guys want to screenshot it and then put in your own reading. You know, you can knight things together. Well, actually, I should say this real quick. Hopefully you've already done your screenshot. Look at this huge, because the center card is really important, as well as this one. But the destruction and breakdown has to do with the focus, the spotlight on his past. But look how huge, this huge spotlight on his past. And family people don't remember, you know, it's going out all over the news again. You got to love astrology, because I doubt that very many of these people, if hardly any, if any, who are putting things out into the news are following astrology. Maybe they are, but I was surprised. I was super surprised that Joyce Vance the other day posted, she posts her nightly things, nightly or daily, or depending on when she can. She posted the whole, the text of everything that was said by Trump in the van. So, you know, I always recommend everybody subscribe to her, as well as Heather Cox Richardson. But anyway, so Joyce Vance was like right in tune with astrology, with the eclipse. So there's this huge fear, I think, coming from people who really are family focused, and they are, you know, they don't like it. It makes them sad. Now, I didn't even say anything. We don't have money cards here. But I didn't even say anything about the fact that he's trying to sell Bibles. Right? Are you kidding me? Trying to sell Bibles. Or he actually, I mean, who would buy a Bible that he's signed? And he's been, you know, declaring himself, he's trying to put himself up there with Jesus. Such a dork. It's worse than that. I mean, that's real blasphemy, isn't it? All right. Legally, what are you going to go through this week, or even into the future? What is the truth? What's going on with you? What will you be experiencing this week? And maybe doing as well. Right there. Okay, I'm thinking this is Merrick Garland. DOJ. I'm going to have to bring this up just a little bit. With my chopsticks, which are usually, put them there for a stopping point so I can get the cards straight. Doesn't work though, does it? There's him looking at, well, it's not the 15th yet, you know, when the jury selection happens, but I guess that's what the cards are trying to tell us. He's just looking at being constantly in court. Here's Jack Smith, with nothing but Trump on his mind. So we've got, this could be Alex Whiting too. Doesn't have to be Merrick Garland. I think Merrick Garland is, you know, pretty much just giving everything over to them. Finally. Sure took his time. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so opening up the reading over here is telling me that things have been developing in the documents case. And this is Aileen Cannon. Cheating and holding things at bay for Trump, like trying to back him up. Trump is looking forward to, I'm starting here because his card did come through. He's looking at important discovery coming through, actual Well, the judicial process and how it goes, pressing charges, the charges, all the indictments against him. This has to do with the documents case, but also other documents coming out about other cases. This could be jury selection, even though I know that's not supposed to start until the 15th, but maybe the spread's just trying to get me to focus in on that. Things that have been developing for a very long time. In the documents case, that's what it is, because that's what's been slowed down by her. So we may not, by the election, because this would also be my election card, or our election card. And oftentimes things that come after this card, whatever card comes after this card, can take 1 to 2 years. So this is the documents case, the Espionage Act violation, the stolen documents case. Stolen, right? We've got a stolen, hijacked judge. I did get before that Aileen Cannon will definitely be removed, but I think it's going to somebody over Jack Smith. It's going to a higher, there are other courts that are going to be, I think, taking her out, because he's looking at ending this, karmic abuse, this cycle of bullshit that he's been going through. Notice how Aileen Cannon is knighting to him, but she's up there looking like she has more power, but he's looking at ending her crap. And he's looking at the long-term future, looking at the law, the rule of the law. He has incredible teamwork and incredible loyalty within his team. And he's trying to squash, also, this is on another level here, he's working really hard to squash the overseas, the foreign money laundering and that whole partnership, like that whole, the marriage card doesn't have to be marriage. It's everything to do with business partnerships and that strong bond that they all have, which is money derived off the backs of people who are very, very, very vulnerable. Oh, man. But it looks like this week it's going to seem like Trump is on top of it all. And he's trying to end Jack Smith. He's trying to end all these judges. But into the future, change is coming. And even though he has all his little dirtbag attorneys all over the place, right? Because he's given them as much money as he could. And there's an older woman holding secrets for him. This would I'm sure be Susie Wiles and some other people. But there's some money coming in from this woman. This woman is giving money to him somehow, and she may be delivering it herself with these travel cards here, like bringing him a bag of cash to Mar-a-Lago, because she's got some kind of a deal coming in. I mean, this could be Jenny Thomas. It could be anybody that has gathered. She's a liar and a cheater, and she gathers cash. But it doesn't matter, because still, at the end of the week, or just, reading the four corners, doesn't matter how much money he gets in and how many people seem to be loyal to him. All over time, everything that's been developing, and whatever support he has and secrets that they're keeping for him, he still is sitting in this place where he's super insecure. By the end of the week, he's feeling insecure and helpless, very pessimistic, and, just can't think about anything else. His mind is just mush. On a health level, this is his dementia, Alzheimer's catching up with him. This is also my card for major depression. So, can you imagine well, on one level, it's like he has all this money and support coming in, but also he's beholden to these people. He doesn't really, I don't think he has as much of his own money as he would like. I think he's mortgaged to the hilt. I think that there's all these lies and masking of the truth, or masking trying to mask the truth that he really doesn't have his own money, and he has tons of money coming in and going out, but it's from money laundering, and he's dependent on that, and then he has all these legal bills, major legal bills. Yeah. I feel like doing a little, bear with me, I'll go as quick as I can, but I want to do a quick Celtic cross, just using the tarot. Let's see, actually, maybe, why not? Let me use this one. So this one, let me show you the decks, just in case, if you're new. I'm going to use this one right now. Here's the Kipper deck that I used. And Libby's deck, I did show you the name of it. I don't have the box to that because I sent a deck to Lisa in my box that I had. So anyway, this one is the Visions of Life Tarot by Tarot Studio. If you like it, there's their website right there. Okay. All right. And I don't know if these cards are upright or reversed. I'll just leave them as they are. I usually read them upright because they're all pretty damn negative. It's an Italian company, but when I got these cards, they came from Russia. Now, this was way before the invasion of Ukraine. So if you order this deck, I don't know where it may come from. Okay, Donald John Trump, what is coming for you this week? What is coming? April 1st through 7th. Oh, well, why is that not surprising? It's the devil. Oh, no. Right? Keeping track. Total bondage. Lies. Addictions. Just cannot get away from. I mean, I imagine other people could renegotiate, but this guy's soul is just so sunk in. Let me come up a little bit again. There we are. Right there. Okay. His greatest challenge, we have the Eight of Cups. He can't walk away. He cannot walk away from his past. Wow. He's sitting in, this is the Emperor, and so he's sitting in this place where he thinks he has total control. But whatever deck I use, I like to go with that artwork. That's the way to do it. Yeah. In the past, we've got the Ace of Swords, which should be the Sword of Truth, but notice how he's lost his head. And because it's all about money for him, he doesn't think about anything other than making, those decisions based on how much money he'll get or not. And I'm sure he's thinking about his, I'm positive he's thinking about his trying to get money from the, the stock trade that he now has, because his Untruth Social is now a publicly traded platform. I guess it's Trump Media Group or something, but it's under the ticker of DJT, because he's such a narcissistic. Has so much psychopathy going on, man. So anyway, lost his head to money. This is the past. Lost his head, but he's getting some money in, and he can't get away from all that bondage of needing to have absolute control. Oh my goodness. So here we have the emperor, and now above him we have the empress. And what is he trying to do? I don't know. It's just maybe he's just being more and more tempted. Wow. They got a whole lot of majors going on here. Near future, we have the world. So something is complete. Some kind of completion is coming in. But if we go with this deck and the words, it's recognition, being seen all over the world. What is he attracting? Illusions. Seven of Cups. Can't really make good decisions because he's got shit for brains, remember his dementia. How people are affecting this week. They're trying to keep up with all the crap he's doing. Right? Oops, let me do this. This will help. I always forget how wide these cards are. Definitely oversized. But they're easy. They're so flexible. They're easy to handle. Okay, people are trying to keep up with him. It's hard to, other people have more strength and stamina than he does, but they're affecting, I think it's everybody in the, even NBC didn't get away with trying to add Ronna McDaniel to their staff. So this is, I think, the strength and the endurance of other people who are pounding him for all his lies and his subterfuge, obfuscation, smoke and mirrors, shell game with his money that he's always playing. His hopes and fears. Now this goes along with with using Libby's deck. Social media, notice the images here. He's afraid people on social media they're nailing him, because they are nailing him. It's making him more and more afraid. Interesting. Whoa. And okay, so here's the outcome for the week. We've got somebody, the Seven of Wands, somebody taking a major stand and pulling the rug out from under him. Now, apparently he owns more than 60%. I thought it was going to be more than 58%. It turns out it's more than 60% of that, the shares, the shareholders. He and his sons are on the board. So they probably could get some money out of that merger in less than 6 months. But this is looking odd for this week. I think because he's needing, isn't he? Well, he had 10 days to come up with, and I don't remember what day it started, but he had 10. I think it might have been the 25th when he was given the reduced bond for $175 million rather than the $500 million, basically. So that was reduced, but then they gave him only 10 days. He wanted a 30-day extension. He only got 10 days. So that's coming up in this week. Looks to me like he's not going to get it. Or somebody gives it to him like last time. They say, they're promising it. They're promising it. Oh my God. Because that's all he can think about is keep that money moving in some way so it comes into him. And he can't walk away. There's no way he can walk away from that. His brain isn't working well, but he also, there's no way he can walk away from that lawsuit. My goodness. Wow. So it looks to me like they're going to do it again. Somebody says, here, I'll give you the bond, but then it doesn't pass through either the underwriting phase because something's taken away from him. Somebody is taking a stand against him, is what this is. Wow. Okay. That will be interesting to see who that is and what that's all about. I mean, I think I know what it's about, but we'll see. We just have to let time play out. I should go back and look at last week's to see what was... I can't even remember what I had for him last week, honestly. Okay, well, I'm done, you guys. Sending you big hugs. And, of course, happy Easter. Bye.